Hi, I'm Kelly Anthony, and thank you for joining me again in the Anthony Kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you some make-ahead tips for school lunches. I have a 5-year-old and a toddler, so when it comes to the mornings, I can use all the extra time I could possibly get. So let's get started. For my 5-year-old, we have been preparing the same lunch for a solid 2 years now, but I'm grateful because it's a fairly healthy lunch. So here we go with our turkey sandwiches. So I'm just gonna lay out the bread, hit it with some turkey. Okay, so I will basically go through this and do an entire package of bread and an entire package of turkey. So I'm just trimming the crust. If your child will eat crust, more power to you and less work for you as well. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on sandwiches, and in just a moment, I'm gonna show you how to wrap them and freeze them so that you can just pull them straight out of the freezer the morning or the night before school and get that lunch packed and out of the way. My sandwiches are assembled, cut in half, ready to go. Now it is time to wrap them. I'm going to pull off a fairly thin strip of wax paper. This is probably maybe like 8 inches. And I'm just going to lay my sandwich down here right in the middle. And I'm going to tuck from the bottom. Then I'm going to tuck from the left. Then I'm going to fold over the right and then turn it upside down. So I've got a fairly tight little package here, and I'm just gonna repeat until all my sandwiches are wrapped. Okay, last one. So my next step is to store these in a gallon-size, freezer-safe Ziploc bag. And I'm just gonna stack them in here as nice and neat as I can get it. I'm gonna close it until there's just a tiny little gap and squeeze out all that air. And there you go, sandwiches ready to go. I'll put these in the freezer and I'll just pull them out in the morning whenever I'm packing that lunch, or the night before if you do that. So the next one I'm gonna do is for my baby girl, my 1.5-year-old. And so I am gonna start again laying out my bread, make my little assembly line. Here I have peanut butter. If you have almond butter, that'll work too. And I'm just gonna spread it on each piece of bread. And then I'm just gonna spoon over a little bit of grape jelly, or whatever jelly your baby likes. Get that, and then I'm gonna close them up. So here I have a teeny little biscuit cutter. You can use any cookie cutter. You can cut it into fun little shapes, little hearts, triangles, but I had this on hand, so I'm just going to press the sandwich down. That'll make it easier to cut. And I'm just gonna cut out some little circles for her. So now I have little finger-sized snacky sandwiches for my baby. Now I'm gonna transfer these to a sheet pan lined with wax paper. So now I can just take these guys and put them in the freezer, and I'm gonna place them in there for a couple hours until they're frozen through, and then I'm gonna transfer them also to a gallon-size freezer-safe Ziploc bag, and then come the morning of or the night before, I'm just gonna pull them out and pop them in the little sandwich container. Easy breezy. Next, I'm going to share some fresh fruit storage tips with you to get those kids' lunches packed, out the door, and on their way to school. I have some strawberries, and I have washed them and laid them out on a towel to completely dry. As far as berries go, moisture is the enemy. So you wanna make sure before you get started that they are totally dry. If you wanna just take a paper towel, dab them, good to go. Okay, so I am going to cut off the stems. Okay, stems successfully removed. So now what I'm going to do is take my Tupperware, and I'm going to fold a paper towel in half and lay it in there. And then I'm gonna put one layer of strawberries down. And after I've got a full layer, I'm gonna lay that paper towel down over it and do one more layer. And after I've got that layer down, I'm gonna get another paper towel, fold it in half. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna absorb the moisture so that it's much more difficult for those strawberries to grow mold, ruin, and be gross and unusable for the school lunch. So now we have saved ourselves some time, some stress, and some money. Now I do the same thing with raspberries, and I also do the same thing with blueberries. And these make great little finger foods for the little ones, for the toddlers. So the next tip that I have for you is for grapes. And again, I wash them and lay them out on a towel to dry. And then I'm just gonna take them, and before I put them away to store them, I'm just gonna cut them into little snack size bunches. So in the morning, I can just grab a couple, throw these in the little school lunch containers, and we're on our way. So let's pretend that it is morning and we have got to get out the door. We just finished breakfast and it is time to go to school. So this is how quick it is. I just walk over to the freezer. I grab one of my pre-wrapped sandwiches, place that in my little container. My baby girl likes pickles on her sandwich, so I just get these sandwich slices from the deli area. And I put those in, and then they fit perfectly on those little halves, and she gets pickle in every bite. And if your baby likes tomatoes or lettuce, cheese, just put it in a little snack-sized baggie and place that in the container with the sandwich. And then she knows that once she's eaten her sandwich and she has earned her treat, she may open her chocolate and have dessert. So now for the berries. Just throw some berries in there. They've already been washed, they've been cut, they are ready to eat. Pop the lid there. And then some crackers. Just throw that there. Okay. That's it. Lunch is packed. Water bottle, lunch, ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed these tips, and I hope that they'll come in handy.